right. All right. I'm gonna start it off. If y'all can hear me, please let me know. I can't see nothing. Let me see what's going on in the chat. All right. Let me get this. What's up, Randy? How you do, Ray?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay, there we go. I was like, what's going on with this phone? Hey, look, I made it.
Yes. I'm so glad. I'm trying to get this thing on Facebook, but I'm having so many problems with Facebook. So I'm just gonna be like,
it's not working for you.
No, so I'm hoping someone else can possibly stream from that. I'ma just
Let me see. You mean like, all right, so maybe I can, you mean like share it?
Mm-hmm. Like
right.
Not share it, but like it's something going on. I have to get my other camera because my camera isn't working either on this for some reason.
I just shared it. Hold on, I thought I did. Okay, yeah, I did. All right.
And I gotta switch cameras, angles. There we go. Because that is real grainy.
Oh, well, that's better.
It's better?
It looks better. It looks more clear.
Okay. So it must be, I don't know what's going on with this thing, but still trying to work out these kinks. And I know there were some other people say that they wanted to join as well. So I know that happens to be a topic that people are interested in, evidently. So
I feel like, because girl, I ain't gonna lie, I had set my alarm, right? I set my alarm and I still almost forgot. And then I got the notification. I was like, oh, shoot. So maybe they just, I know in North Carolina, they out here going crazy, preparing for this snowstorm.
Wow.
Snowstorm.
Okay.
Yeah,
like
they prepare
for
supposed
to get some black ice and stuff. So like
I'm from up north. I don't know nothing. This ain't y'all about to get a sprinkle.
It's not snow.
Y'all about to get a sprinkle.
Snow. I don't know what these people thinking, but no, that is not snow.
They like stock up on toilet tissue. I'm like, why? Do you get more, like how what's your bowels start doing when it snows? It's the same amount.
I'm just over it. I'm over it with a lot of people with, the panic. Everybody's panic. And it's like, really?
Right.
I think it's to a point where you can tell the plan is changing. Something is changing because things are revving up a little bit more now. And you have a lot of people like, okay, let me tell you this thing that was going on. So I had this issue. I was in this group on Facebook, and we're talking about things unseen, things unheard, things that we're not supposed to talk about, the taboo conversations, life, death, everybody's afraid. And it's like, I end up having this mind-opening conversation with this guy. And we're talking about as above, so below, and what that meant. How does what we have above there connect with us here, and how we are all one, yet, you know what I'm saying? Because one from another, yet we have our individualism about us.
Right.
So, and the problem with that is that you have a lot of people who will use that in a negative way. And that's what they've done. So now people's minds are, it's like everybody's thinking, put it this way, the plan is to put people in a reverse thought. So if you are, how do you say, you play games with the devil, it's like he makes the sane insane and the insane sane. Right. So either you're going to get it, you're going to catch on, and it'll make you crazy, or you're already crazy and then you start to realize some things ain't right and you're like, oh, hold on.
So I feel like that's a majority of the world. I feel like the majority of the world is already crazy, already brainwashed. And I feel like when we start, because I'm saying we, because I grew up Pentecostal, apostolic, all of that. So I feel like I was plumb crazy. I had to be. But that's how I was brought up. I was plumb crazy.
Right.
And even now, I had just made this status where I was like, yo, you ever hear like a random horn and just be like, is that the rapture? Like, even after being on this walk, starting this walk, girl, I'm like it's just like ingrained. So I feel like majority of the world is plumb crazy, or even if we don't want to say crazy, because they just brainwash.
Right.
Brainwash.
By
and
design, though. Really by design.
What's wrong? Mommy, I'm sleepy. You sleepy? And she won't let you go to sleep? That's because it's too early, Pumpkin.
Let me end this one.
I'm sorry. All right, go ahead.
No, I'm ending this this one on Facebook because I got to get my technology right. But I'm still on the,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Tried to come in here. She won't go to sleep right now. I said, oh no, you're gonna be up all night. No, thank you. Oh.
I go through it all the time. But hey, listen, if you gotta go, do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep her. If she come back in, but she was just like, I'm sleepy, but she was just mad because my daughter wouldn't let her go to sleep. She mad because she wanted to go to sleep. I love that though. I'm like, yes.
Oh, sweet.
But yeah, I just feel like we just been brainwashed. I mean, brainwashed to the point where I guess I'll say like, so the topic was about, like knowing who you are and where you're at and everything. And I think that was really deep for me because it was like, I'm in this weird space. I think I said that like on the first time I ever joined, like the thing, I'm in this weird space, right? Because like I still go to church. It might be like once every couple months. I don't know. But you know what I mean? Like I still go, right?
Right.
But it don't feel the same now, right? So now, but I'm in this space, but I've been on my spiritual journey as far as like meditation and, cleansing and all of that for about 3 years. But I've only been on the journey that I'm on now for about a year. You know what I mean? So I'm still like brand spanking new when it comes to stepping out of certain things completely. So it's a weird feeling. It's like, well, what do I feel? What should I like? You know what I mean? Someone's like, what's right? What's wrong? I don't want to make the wrong move. And I just got to the point where I was like, listen, as long as I'm walking in love, I can't go wrong. I don't care what I'm doing. If I'm walking in love, I can't go wrong. But it's still that nagging feeling like, oh, what was that horn? What was that horn?
Listen, I can recall this dream I had, this vision I had like years ago. It probably was like good 6 years ago, something like that, 7 years, something like that. So I ended up having this dream that first I wake up in the middle of the dream. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I am supposed to be like getting these people to safety. By this time, I already had instructions on what to do, meaning get the people to these buildings. And once the building, you know, close the buildings, and once the buildings are closed, and once you hear that horn, that's when, you know, you go for your protection, you go for your cover, and you lay down with your head down like this. And for no reason should you look up. These were the instructions. All right. Well, the horn sounded off, and it was like, first it started off as this red sunset. And when the horn sounded off, the red sunset turned to just darkness. Well, when darkness came, you can hear with it this, like, I don't know if it was lightning and thunder, or you heard like a lot of loud crashing and booming, right?
Right.
Going on. So I was told not to look up, but you know, I want to see what's going on, because
I get it. I get it.
Yeah. So
I gotta
looked
see.
up, and these clouds that had these demonic faces in them, they were just flashing, changing. Every time the lightning struck, the faces would light up in the clouds, and it would just change. And I put my head back down, and it seemed like this was going on for so long. And all of a sudden, it was this stillness that not a bird chirp, nothing. But it was this feeling that started at the bottom of my feet, at the soles of my feet. And it was this warm feeling, and it started climbing up my legs, and it got higher. And every time it got higher, this warm tingle would intensify, and it rose up to my stomach. I got butterflies in my stomach. It got to my chest, because it was just so much emotion coming from this, right?
Right.
And it rose up to my face, and the tears started just coming, just naturally just flowing out of my eyes, and the crown of my head started tingling. So my whole body was just tingling with this, as if I was vibrating. Right. And I felt as if I was being congratulated. I was being given something for a job well done on something that I had done. And
because you were told not to look up.
Right.
But you looked up.
Right.
I feel like that's the congratulations. It's like, listen, you had, because you know how much faith it takes. So this is why I feel like it takes so much faith to step out on your spiritual journey after being conditioned for so long.
You get
like,
it.
You know how much faith that takes?
It take a lot of strength. It take a lot of like faith in yourself to be like, you know what? I'm gonna just see what else is out there, because this cannot be the truth. All the truth. So, and
that was my exact thing. When I got to the point where I was like, you know what? Listen, because I got to the point when I say that, I'm sorry, did my camera go off? When I say my journey, when I say that, and I'm trying to word it, and I'm making sure I watch my words too, especially now. But my journey has started, but it started lightly, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I say that my journey started, it was like when my real journey started last year. Everything that it was almost like my spirit team was like, listen, this is what it's going to take for you to actually step out. Everything that I love dearly got touched to the point where I was like, obviously, what I'm doing ain't working. Because no way y'all about to tell me you touch kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, y'all, listen, you touch my kids. So now I'm like, oh, okay, these prayers not working. Oh, okay, I got you. So let me figure out something else. But even in the middle of it, I was still nervous, but it was that faith that was like, listen, okay, so because the people, church people try to tell you, well, you just gotta have faith. I had faith. Y'all I had faith. I had it. I had it. Maybe I had it in the wrong thing. So I feel like it takes even more faith to say, you know what I was doing wasn't working. I'm gonna go here. And if what y'all are saying is true, that means that entity that y'all are saying is true is going to bring me back. If y'all saying that entity loves me the way that entity loves me, that entity going to bring me back. If not, that means what y'all was telling me was false. So
yes.
There's
that makes a whole lot of sense.
So.
But I've come to the realization that, for a while, we want to know why teach such a harmful tool, why give somebody such a harmful device to trap their minds?
Control.
And, that right there says, I can completely understand why everything is in reverse and why the people can't see it and how they fall for certain things because they love it.
It's fear. Yep.
Fear. A lot of those things, they love it and they fear.
It's not even, what's serious? It's not even real love for real.
Right.
So look, I'm like in there in the Bible, right? I'm like, this is how I know people really don't be like, and I'm not saying I've never read the Bible from front to back ever. You know what I mean? I've been reading for years, but I've never sat down, and that's one thing I want to do, right? But with the things that I did study, I studied. Like I got a strong exhaustive concordance. Like I went deep, right? And I'm like, that one verse that says perfect love casts out fear. I'm like, y'all can't grasp that.
No, they can't.
So y'all walk around in fear, but y'all all scripture says perfect love casts out fear.
It's one that's even simpler than that. God is love. Not love is God.
This is what I'm saying.
It's like so common sense.
Not fear, not violence, not manipulation, not narcissism. Love. What are we talking about?
Love defeats all of these things. At the end of the day, is what they're trying to tell you without telling you. But it's like you got to figure that out. You got to work through things. You got to kind of, you have to search. You have to be a seeker in order to find these things, because they damn sure ain't gonna tell you, because they work too hard to trap you, to just give you an answer, to just tell you like, oh yeah, you're doing a good job, you're on the right path. No, that's your job to unlock yourself.
And you know what? I feel like why most people don't is because they want to feel superior.
But that's like actually the opposite.
Right. But they living in fear and still want to feel superior. Right. So they living in fear, right? They be in control, they living in fear. But that's like the poor people, right? They poor, they like medium poor. You know what I'm saying? Like medium poor, right?
Right.
But then they look at the poor and be like, you need to be doing this.
Right.
But yeah, the rich is over you, like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
you see that a lot in the church.
These titles, I'm like, what that title mean? I don't be
I could stand it. I was over it. I was so over it. And I got more from, to be honest, I got more out of understanding life by just looking at it, paying attention to what is going on in my life and how these things are connecting like a pattern, like a puzzle.
Right.
And one thing leads to this thing to lead to that thing. And this is why we're here. And it's like, if we are really truly paying attention to our lives, we can see the pattern. But a lot of us ignore these things because we are told to ignore them. we are told that, you know, that thought that you might have, that's the devil, instead of it being you, you know, instead of it saying, hey, this is your common sense saying
those questions
this is deceiving you. So, you know,
why when you question the pastor or the deacon or whoever with the title, it's like, oh, you not believe in God. No, I don't believe you.
I had a problem when I asked questions and you can't even answer the question, because it's like, okay, the question was, if we say that Judas betrayed Jesus, right? Mm-hmm. There are two different accounts for one that seems like he was regretful. The other account seemed like he just didn't give a damn. So I'm like, which one is? And at the end of the day, it's like, you can't say which one because it's both right, because they both wrote it that way. Right. So it's like, it don't make sense because it's not supposed to make sense, because you're supposed to figure out for yourself, for your own mind, which one is the right path. Which one should he have, how should he have felt? Which way?
That means he's human.
Right.
Means he made a mistake like everybody else. But they got to picture him as this evil person so that they can make themselves feel better and say, I would never do that. I would never do that. Wait. Look, we can break it down. They broke it down in there, right? They broke it down in the Bible, right? So Peter said, never, I would never do that.
Right. I would never.
Three times he did it, not once. Not twice, but three times, right? And even with the 3 times, he still was accepted and made the foundation of the message of the good news.
I try to get people to like really ask themselves about when it comes down to the Bible. I say, you know, let's think about it. This man came out of nowhere amongst these people saying, hey, you ain't even got to do all this hard work that you're doing. I can get you. I can make you, I can have you, people taking care of you, everything. All you got to do is follow me. And I'm going to teach you how to gather people, and you have them do the work for you. You don't even have to do the work. Mm-hmm. Everybody hear that little tune, that sounds good to them. Mm-hmm. Of course, they go up and follow the man, right? Now, while they following him, he's telling these people, like he giving these people little hints here and there about who he is and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, he comes about, he do the will of his father and that. Y'all heard who I am. You know who I am. Who do you think I am? And I'm constantly thinking to myself like, dang, how this dude so confused that people cannot believe who he is, who he said he is.
Right. I'm not thinking. I'm sorry.
You busy.
I was here with you, though. I was there with you.
I said, you busy. But yeah, go ahead to your business, because
I love this conversation though. Like, we gotta finish this. Definitely.
Yes, definitely.
Because that's real. That's real.
It is. I want, you know, I
wish they would have got on tonight. I'm about to hit Jen. Like, what was you doing?
I have no idea.
It's retrograde, girl. It's retrograde.
That's what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna be on for till about 8 because I'm getting off. I just want to say a few things.
Oh, okay, good. All right, then I'll hop back on.
Okay.
All right.
See. So I wanted to say that about this life and death process, what I've understood so far is this. We all have a pattern that we follow. And it's like, I wanted to seek understanding for myself what was the truth or what was a lie. So I didn't want to be in fear or live in fear of anything too much. So working in the medical field, I was exposed to, or I had the opportunity to sit with some people as they passed over. And I got to see that stage. I also saw my mom and stay with her on her last moments as she passed over. And I noticed something. And I know a lot of people might be like, oh, you into death too much, but I noticed something. There's a process that happens. There's a step by step process that's taking place as these people are passing over to the other side. And a lot of these people are fully aware of what's going on. Some of them, even though they see what they see, they are confused in the process because there's certain things that they have not learned here. Now, I've only witnessed one person freak out ever, that claimed they saw things that was in there that was coming for them, in a way to where it was terrifying. Other than that, I have never seen anyone freak out in a way. They were always like, I guess, more at peace. So it might be something that man did in life that messed with his own mind or illusion or whatever. I don't know. I haven't passed over the know, but what I can say is that this process is very real, and it's just like the life, death are interchangeable. At the end of the day, we are following light. We are housed in darkness, and we are following light. So when we go, you are going towards the lights. As my grandfather said, he was trying to get to all of those lights that look like a carnival. So, or the same thing in the birthing process. You're enclosed in darkness in the womb, so you are going to travel towards that light. So there's something about that energy that we need to understand, that we need to connect back with, so we can understand this life death process, this journey. Each person has a different path. Each person is going to experience a different journey, but no less, we are all going. It's a process here. Excuse me, I'm gonna end this live, but I'll come back.